How are you both? You good?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
Yeah,
She's been working today, but
Yeah.
pretty chilled evening. How
Nice.
about yourself?
Yeah, today's my Friday, thankfully.
Oh, is it?
So, yeah, got a nice long weekend, but Kirsty's away Saturday, so it's a content day for me. So
Nice.
be prepared.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think
Right.
we're going to have a content on Saturday, so
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Yeah.
Do I get a sneak peek into what you're going to make? Or is it a secret?
No, we can tell you, yeah.
Go on, do it. What are you making?
Someone sent us some spicy mango chutney and spicy pineapple chutney. So we're going to make, we saw something, it's like some kind of loaded aubergines where you spread the chutney on it.
Oh, nice.
Looks good. Saw it on Instagram. And then we've got that Korean barbecue thing as well. You know, the burgers that you did.
Oh, the cellar plate?
Yeah, but we went for the full barbecue spread. So.
Oh, you did go for the full shebang in the end.
Yeah, a ridiculous amount of food for two of us, but we'll see if we can get to it.
Who cares? It's a weekend. I'm going to McDonald's to get their halloumi. To get their halloumi fries.
Okay.
And then I'm going to remake them.
Nice.
So
I had
do you remember
halloumi fries today.
Oh, did you?
What were they? Okay, right, there we go. Secret eating. What were they like?
I don't want to give it away.
Okay. We'll have a chat about it after we go.
Yeah, they were surprisingly good, actually. I find with halloumi, like, they can harden really quick.
Yeah.
But they stay pretty soft. And the batter was all right.
Okay.
I think you could do better.
Right. Do you want to introduce yourselves? Let people know who you are.
I'll let you go.
Who am I? That's a really deep question. No, I'm Beth, a co-creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that I share with Kirsty.
I'm Kirsty.
This is the most difficult bit, isn't it? Let's be honest, like introducing yourself.
Yeah, but together we're Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Sounds like X Factor.
Yeah, you gotta say it in unison.
No.
I was waiting to see if you're actually gonna do it. So the first question I've got written down is what influenced the account name? Now I think I probably know the answer to this, but
it's totally original. It was quite a while ago, at the beginning of when we were looking at starting a food blog, and we bounced around quite a lot of names. I think ones that we'd seen were very like everywhere. Everyone's Instagram handle seemed to be a bit unique in itself, but it was kind of a twist on something that exists in a way. So it'd be like,
yeah. So we like discussed a few options. One of them was what's the sauce, because we were gonna the kind of like niche that we were gonna go down was every meal that we did we had like a dip or a sauce on the side, and it was like what's the sauce. And then I think it was Beth who came up with like the idea of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and originally we thought no one's gonna go near us if it's, you know, it's got connections to Buffy the Vampire Slayer and it's a little bit, I don't know, gothy and weird, but no, people love it. I think it's probably done the opposite of what we expected.
We nearly changed it a few times, but Instagram doesn't let you change it within a certain time frame.
Right.
But because we did that, it was kind of good because it made us not change it at the time.
Yeah,
but yeah, if you go right to the beginning of the feed, I think there was a little shot cup in quite a few photos, and that was the sauce that we had that was going to be what's the sauce.
Oh, okay.
And then we scrapped that. Pretty soon.
Yeah. So also I guess, you know, influenced by Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I think.
I was gonna say, are you fans of the show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because it'd be weird if you chose that name when you're not fans of the show.
Yeah. Can you imagine? No, I think the fact that we use a lot of garlic or have.
Yeah, maybe we need to make
kind of fitting.
I think I've already seen one of these in a farm shop, but we need to make like a buffet, the vampire slaying sauce or something.
There is a slate
like a garlic hot sauce.
Yeah, it's called something similar to that. We saw it in some farm shops or something.
God, we're getting all the secrets on this today.
Yeah.
So what is the? Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think as we've kind of started exploring a bit more, we've kind of abbreviated it to BTVS, which is a bit close to BTS. But
never thought of it that way.
See how it goes.
So what is the dynamic between you both? Because obviously we know Beth, you've been on a show, and we're gonna come on to that in a second. And Kirsty, you've kind of were behind the scenes, let's say, during that part. So what is the dynamic between you two? Who comes up with the ideas? Who does most of the cooking? That kind of thing.
So I'll start off and say that there is no way that I would be able to have done what I've done with the show and the food that has been made without Kirsty. That sounds very like mushy, but you say what you do.
Way. Yeah, I mean, I think I spent like the last 15 years of my life just saving food that I wanted to make on Instagram, and then took one look at the ingredients and thought, I'm never going to make that because I don't have them things in my cupboard and I can't cook. And then I feel like I've just got this like deep knowledge of like what's in fashion, like trending, and what tastes good, but I just never got to the point of making it. And then now Beth will just cook anything that we see, or like, or that comes into my brain. So yeah, it works quite well.
I just get told what to do, essentially.
So Kirsty, you dream, and Beth, you make it happen, pretty much.
Yeah. And then Beth does all the photography and stuff, and I do the posting and the words. So it works quite nicely.
It's like a little agency you've got going.
Yeah, like
yeah. Sorry, yeah.
So we're with the photography, what gear do you use?
It's really advanced.
Go on.
iPhone.
Perfect. No, I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah, we really want to invest in a proper camera setup. I mean, you can tell. I mean, I feel like phones, if you're going for the latest, and that phones have a really good spec on them now, and you can do a lot with them, but I feel like you can still see the difference between a phone taken photo and like a camera that you may use to I was just checking. I was like, I thought you do use a camera, don't you? But there's no way that. Yeah, I knew you did. Yeah.
The only thing
I had to check.
The only thing that concerns me is, I guess, the time it adds in using a proper camera and doing it that way. It's not quite as like speedy and getting it out straight away. But yeah, I think eventually it's something that we should be looking into.
Yeah, I would probably say, think of your reasons why you want to get a proper camera, because I think your photography is fantastic, absolutely amazing. So kind of think, what do you want to get out of the camera? Because I think the way that you're going at the moment, I don't think you need to change at all. Because the way that you style your food, the way that you take your photography, your editing, everything is spot on in my eyes. So yeah, that would be my only advice for you, is just have a think, because you will have to then learn how to use a camera, how to take photos properly. You can use auto mode, that's absolutely fine. I don't know if you saw my reel where I said the 3 bullshit myths about being a photographer, and one of them is if you use auto, you're not a proper photographer. It doesn't matter. If that's the way you want to take photos, that's the way you want to take photos. So
to be fair, I guess we've always used phones and stuff, and I think like, we're due an upgrade, so that should make a difference. But before that, I remember having a photo shoot with my best friend at the flat, and we were like, right, we'll have a night of like drinking cocktails and like making food, and we'll take some really good photos. And we had like a live, and then like we checked the photos later on, and they were just awful.
It was shocking. So
really?
Bad.
Yeah, we spent hours like trying to style these pictures of like drinks and stuff, and
I don't know what it was. I think I've repressed that memory. I feel like a lot better than it was.
Maybe we don't do drinks. I don't know. Could be that, but.
So what, you were trying to take photos of the drinks?
Yeah. So did we have food as well? I think
no.
we'd made. Oh yeah, maybe just.
We spent like.
Yeah, we spent loads of money on like cocktails, ingredients, and we made some like lychee drinks and some Bloody Marys. And then just tried to style them up, and
I think the drinks were pretty awful themselves. Actually,
yeah,
I don't think we nailed any of it.
Just like leaving them.
I think we got too drunk ourselves and just lost it
possibly
from the beginning.
Do you still have the photos?
They probably exist somewhere.
I think it was Lucy's camera. Lucy's.
We can
camera.
We can surface them.
Yeah, dig them out. I want to see these.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We're gonna get on to the show. We have to talk about the show, and obviously we've got these questions signed off. So the first question is, how did you get onto the show? So how did it even come about?
It was a really strange situation, really. So I think it was about this time last year, and we were messaged through the Instagram page, inviting or just asking us to check out an advertisement that they had on for a new show. And there wasn't really any details about the show other than it's a new cooking show for aspiring chefs, and they were looking for people to apply. And because you get messages and you think it might be a spam or something like that, and you assume pretty much straight away that, oh no, this isn't legit, just because it kind of felt a bit too good to be real. Like, why would somebody message asking to apply for that?
It's also, I think it's the same profile that messages people asking to be on Naked Attraction as well. So it was quite like, you know,
secretly gunning for that.
Okay.
But that also made it seem a bit more legit as well. The fact that it was kind of related to that, it was like, it made a bit more sense. So I think we checked out the brief and then ended up at Lucy's again, and she had a ring light at the time, so we thought, oh, we'll use that and take the application videos, which were a series of questions that we sent off. Quite a lot of retakes, because I realised I hated speaking on camera and it freaked me out a bit. So yeah, we sent it off, and the next day got a call and it was BBC casting. I was like, what? Crazy. Kind of felt too good to be true again. And series of stages later, ended up getting there. I mean, there was a lot of stages with interview processes and things like that.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know. Sorry, what's the question?
Essentially, just a load of interview stages that kept. Well, I think you kept thinking that like it hadn't gone well, and then the next day it would be like, great, got through to the next stage, and then it just kept progressing and progressing and progressing. And we were like, I don't know, all these like different elaborate stages, and then we were kind of like, where does this end? And then it was even the application process was so exciting, and it felt like I learned a lot from doing that. It felt even worth it just to go through that process before even getting on the show. So yeah, it was pretty surreal. It involved going to London as well to cook in front of a casting crew and interviews there, and just crazy. And then they ended up filming in my hometown before I'd even got on the show. I think I can say that. I was a reserve, actually. I can say that, I think, because but yeah, I was a reserve right up until towards the end of it. But there was obviously still that excitement and you know what could be and all of that. So it kind of just shows, like, even if you're not 100% guaranteed to get on something like that, it's you're still in with a good chance and you get a lot from it. So yeah, it was really intense and crazy series of stages.
Were you shitting yourself a little when you were going on there? Yeah.
Oh God. I feel like I went through so many levels within myself of just like, what is gonna happen? What is it gonna happen? But yeah, in the build up to the process, yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking because you don't really know what to expect, especially with it being a new show at the time. It was kind of like, well, we'd not seen any of the other contestants before going on, so it's kind of like, well, you know, who are you going to be around and all that. So yeah, but it was fun.
It looked it. It looked like you were a good group of people, and you kind of got on with each other and all of that. I mean, I would have been fangirling over Stacey Dooley. I gotta be honest. I would have just been there, just staring like, "Hi."
Yeah, it's weird. I remember the year before that, or in the build up to even being asked to go on it. I remember watching Glow Up, and it was weird because I had a thought in my head. I was like, imagine being on something like that and being in that kind of setting. I'd never think. Obviously, I won't go on Glow Up. I don't know what I do with that, but yeah, it was just a bit weird, just crazy. Yeah,
I bet. So, what was your favorite thing about being on the show?
There's definitely a few things that are all kind of same, like top level. Like that was fantastic. I think being in the space of the kitchen setup that they had, having the mentors, everything involved in it, even the production team you with, who like there's obviously a food tech team that are part of that as well. The ability to learn what we did is like definitely up there. I'd never used the mandolin before.
Right, okay.
There's a lot of equipment. I've never used a rice cooker before. There's a lot of stuff that equipment wise and skills that I learned doing that that I then immediately was able to take back into my own or our own cooking. So yeah, the skills that you learn throughout that. Challenges were pretty cool, but it was really intense. But yeah, the whole experience of just being there and proper immersed in it all. So I guess the show's only an hour, but you're spending a couple of days morning to night filming, and there's so much kind of learning that they can't obviously condense to an hour. So
yeah, it's crazy the amount of people that think it's and I guess you probably think this when you watch shows, think that it's kind of going on and they're all like, oh, good luck in the next round, and you're just thinking, I filmed it a year ago.
Yeah, because obviously, like I asked you the question of like, do you, Kirsty, know what's going on? And you're like, yeah, and I'm there like, oh, hang on. So yeah, you're watching this knowing exactly what's happening, whilst we're sat there going, oh, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Like,
I guess I was still getting really invested in stuff, and like, there's stuff going on in the kitchen that I've obviously not been firsthand to, so I might know, like, I might have an inkling about like what happens at the end, but I don't know like today. So I'm just
tell you anything.
Yeah, I was just like tuning in for each episode, like what's gonna happen. Like it was exciting.
And the Nando's sauce. I mean, come on, what a prize! Like that's mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. I think pretty soon as well.
Are you allowed to say the date or?
Well, it's not confirmed, so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
Let's say.
So they do the special sauces every quarter.
Right.
So potentially looking at the next one, or it may be one after that, or
I think they've got like a like a smoky chipotle one at the moment. I think it's been on for
right.
Churrasco. Yeah, it's been on for a couple of months, so maybe I don't know. Hopefully at the end of that'd be cool, but if not.
There's a huge series of process that they have to go through to get the sauce signed off, because they don't know how it's going to work over so long in storage and things like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It has to go through a trial process.
I guess that in itself is like another learning experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting to be able to experience that as well.
Yeah, and to see what happens behind the scenes, like, because we just go to Nando's, there's a sauce there, we have the sauce, we don't know what's gone behind it.
I'm hoping that we get at least a few free bottles or like a black card or something.
That's not no.
We black card.
We got like a Nando's.
If you forgot that,
like gift pack and stuff, but you want like your own sauce in a bottle with like.
Is it gonna have your handle on the back or anything like that to say that it was made by you?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still in conversation with some of the guys from there. But yeah, I mean, the day that, so I went down after the show had aired, and we headed down to like the HQ. Saw all the, I tried my sauce that they then reproduced, and they gave me an insight into their photography side of things too,
Okay.
how they take the photos, and they gave me a bit of a training session on that, which was pretty cool. They have it's kind of like in their HQ, it's very much like the best of the best that you're going to see in Nando's. So whether that's like a chilling out area or the kitchen, so like they trial all the new products and things like that, which was proper mad. But yeah, the photography side of stuff was really fun, like seeing how they put all of their imagery together. You'd have loved it.
Yeah, I would have been in my element.
Yeah, we made some other sauces, and yeah, just got stuck in with other things that goes on at Nando's.
Nice. Well,
So,
I'm
yeah,
going to be buying a bottle. I'm going to buy a bottle. I might not even open it. I might buy 2 bottles, one to have, one that I'm just going to keep. So when you make it even bigger in the world of foodie, I'm going to be like, I've got the original bottle here.
Yeah, we'll sign it
triple
as well.
in price.
Sign it, and it's going to go on eBay. I'm going to be transparent with you there.
I'll be going around just bottling it myself.
Right, let's move away from the show now, because that is an amazing feat to have. Absolutely incredible. But I want to try and keep this to obviously Buffet the Vampire Slayer as much as possible. But BBC, if you are watching and you are doing a season 2,
there you go.
I am available. So we've kind of touched a little bit on this earlier. Kirsty, you were talking about this, about coming up with your dishes, because you have got not just like an amazing feed, but you have got a range of different types of food, different styles, everything. How do you come up with it and keep creating that content over and over and keeping it fresh as well?
How
does your head work is what I'm asking.
I just really like eating, like predominantly. Really big on flavors. Constantly spend my life reading menus or like looking at recipes and stuff, and I guess just browsing Instagram and seeing what other people are doing, because like there's so many food creators out there, like, you know, Mob Kitchen and kind of everyone, you know, all the way down to the smaller creators like us, and it's just like there's so much good stuff out there. So just like spending time just browsing the feed, saving stuff, and I don't know, putting our own twist on it, I guess. We do, I think we kind of we mix it up quite a lot, but like predominantly, or like back in the day, it was kind of more of a brunch theme, which I think we want to get back to. I think we've kind of lost that a little bit with like I don't know, moving in together and like work's kind of got in the way and stuff, but we're going to try and go back to our roots and look back towards that kind of like different, interesting brunch twist idea.
I think the thing that we tend to struggle with is that like we'll be creating something and then we'll just keep adding different things we think will work and don't make a note of it, and it's kind of like you come to the end of it after you've created something, because there's and it's trying to remember that recipe of where you got to it, because it could be that you can make the same thing twice but it'll be slightly different each time. So we're trying now to home in on getting the recipes down.
But at the same time, I guess we do, whenever we make something like the same thing that we've had once, we will put a twist on it. So yeah, I don't know, like I guess where we get the ideas from, I think we're just very curious and we like a lot of flavors, and we just think, why not have this with this? We just want to get as many flavors as you can like possibly have in one dish. I think that's what we go for usually.
Do you have like notes anywhere to say what you want to create in the future? Like, do you write all your ideas down and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we've got loads of stuff saved in like folders and stuff. And we're going to look towards like putting together like a proper strategy, I guess, going forward, because at the moment it's just been like, I don't know, just like so I've got so many ideas in my head that we want to do, but haven't kind of created a clear path. But now I think, yeah, we're going to lay it out and get through it all. It's
So
it's hard, isn't it? Like there's just so much food to eat. Like, where do you start?
Absolutely. And does this mean that because you're starting to create a strategy, are you looking at moving more into a career path with this? Which was actually a question that was asked by somebody as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it was my mum that asked that. Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, my background's in marketing, and that's obviously what's helped us like get to where we are. And then Beth's got the love of food. To be able to do that as a full-time thing at some point would be great. So yeah, I guess just gonna see how it goes.
Yeah, we're working on a few plans at the minute that we kind of, because we both work full-time, and it's fitting it around that. We're lucky enough that there's two of us to work on it. But
that's the thing, like the frustrating thing is like you can see a difference in, we started off during lockdown and like I was working but I was at home, and Beth was just able to spend every day cooking. So, you know, the growth that we had and that, you know, the amount of different things that we tried at the beginning, like, is crazy compared to like what we're able to do now, just because like we're both working. So, you know, obviously ideally we can just focus on the one thing in the future, but yeah,
and
we'll see what happens.
How are you finding engagement right now on Instagram? Because there's a lot of us that have said it is shit, to say the least. Like,
pro team Instagram, going back to Instagram.
Yeah. I think it's really rough. Like we had like a really nice patch a couple of months ago when we were getting like crazy engagement, and then it kind of just like drops. And it's one of them things you kind of like, you question yourself and you're like, is it our fault? But then you look at what everyone else is saying, and then, you know, you look at how Instagram is like, you know, changing itself. So it's pretty poor at the moment, but I think, I don't know, it's just one of them things. It's frustrating because like, as a lot of us are just like predominantly Instagram creators, like what do you do if, you know, if tomorrow Instagram didn't exist, where would we be? So kind of just got to learn to adapt, I guess. So we're just looking towards different ways of keeping that engagement up and stuff. But yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah, this is what we're, because I'm on a foodie WhatsApp with a load of others around the area, and we're having a discussion about it. And I work in tech, so I'm like, well, they've got to adapt and they've got to move with the times, because everybody wants that snappy, consumable content that they can just literally go on 3 seconds, boom, that's it, they're done. But what I think at the moment is that Instagram's not pushing our content unless you're sponsored or you've boosted it, or it's the people you may like because of this, then you don't get seen at the moment. It's
the one thing that we've noticed makes a difference is if you have like a couple of posts that get loads of saves, then you tend to just have like a really good run. So it's all about getting the saves, and then they'll just, I guess, like open the tap and like put it in front of a lot more people, which is what happened when we were having that really good run. And I think that's why you see a lot of people being like, if you like this, save it, kind of thing, because that's the metric they're looking for. But yeah, it's really tricky. I get that they're trying to adapt, but no one wants it to be just like a shit version of TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. But like the algorithm, like the AI should pick up that you're looking at posts, you're engaging with posts, so therefore I'm going to show you more posts to keep you on Instagram. But for some reason, it's not.
I can't remember the last time I like sat on Reels and just like scrolled through it. You just don't do it.
I did the other day thinking it was TikTok, and I was watching it thinking it was TikTok, and I was like, why is my TikTok not picking up what I want? And I realized I was on Reels, and I was like, But I guess
Instagram.
They're still in early stages, I guess, aren't they? Like, I'm sure it would, if they keep doing what they're doing, get good at some point. I just think the time it might take them to get there, it will put a lot of people off and send them elsewhere.
I don't know. I think we'll see. But the whole thing, I think the worry is that because they're looking towards doing like the vertical feed, but then where does that leave you with like, so you can't create a square image, but then also so you're going to have to do everything full screen. I think it's just going to become a minefield, really. But I guess we just take each day as it comes.
Yeah, photography is going to massively change if they change that to the 9:16 ratio, because I'm going to have to shoot everything portrait, literally everything, and then you've got that height, and you've got to try and make the width then work and stuff, which is going to be difficult when you're looking at things like your plates, your round plates, because then you're just going to have a really saturated round plate with all this white space and stuff. It's just going to look awful.
It does lean more into towards the like iPhone user than photographer. We'll see.
So, like we said before, you've got an absolute amazing feed, but there has to be some disasters behind the scene. What is your worst disaster that's happened?
Wow.
I mean,
there's been quite a few, to be fair.
There's been a few, I guess, from proper disasters through to like minor escapades. Once we made it sandwich, I think so there's been stuff where we've taken the picture, but then after that there's been a disaster. So we've had like sandwiches that have then been eaten by the dog, which is on the minor scale, because like at least we got the photo, but didn't get to eat the sandwich. So yeah. What were you gonna say?
Well, you dropped that taco out the window.
Oh yeah, no, well, not out the window. So I never really make things, and then I don't know, got curious one morning, and I made like a breakfast wrap, and I was like, I think I was that excited about myself, I was like hopping across the flat to take a picture, and I like put it on the rail over. We've got in my old flat there's a Juliet balcony, so I put the plate on that, and I was like, this could fall out the window, but like, so I got to taking the picture, and then after I'd put my phone down, I went to eat it. I like managed to flip the plate. It like fell onto the treadmill, which is next to the window, but like face down. So I'm talking like breakfast wrap and sauce all over the treadmill. So yeah, that was pretty devastating. But I did eat it, which is probably even worse.
Okay, interesting.
Scraped it back up.
In terms of like worst tasting food, there definitely will have been some questionable stuff. I think what we like to try and do is put combinations of flavors that you wouldn't necessarily think work together. But at the beginning stages of that, there was definitely some questionable, like why did we put that with that, thinking it would work and it doesn't work.
Yeah, if you look back at some of the early posts, it's kind of a little bit like, would we eat that now?
No. Yeah.
We're not big on bacon either. Like there's been some questionable bakes.
Oh, it's reminded me of something. What is that? Oh, I'm sorry. It was something around that Christmas time, and it was awful what we made. I can't remember what it was, but it was around when we tried baking. I can't remember. Can we come back to you on that?
Yeah.
We'll send it over and you can shame us.
Yeah.
Bacon's difficult. Cooking, fine. Baking, no, absolutely not.
It's the specific measurements and the recipe behind it. It's kind of like you have to be a bit more precise. Whether with cooking, you can just go with taste and
just wing it. Yeah.
Baking is like a science, and cooking is an art, I guess.
I used to bake a lot more than I cooked when I was younger, but I left foil in this pudding that ended up poisoning my mum and dad because they had fillings, so the foil reacted really bad with the fillings because I'd left this like sheet of foil inside some pudding that I made. I can't remember how that happened.
That was the last time you baked.
Yeah, that literally is the last
time. We had a weird question, but an interesting one. Best cheese and worst cheese.
Is there a worst cheese?
I was going to say the same thing. I don't think there's worst cheese.
There is a worst cheese, by the way.
The moldier the better.
What's your worst cheese?
Oh, you've just I'm the reverse of you.
Oh, you don't
blue
like
cheese, Stilton.
Really?
No
way.
Like I feel like you've just got to keep trying.
No, I can't.
And that's because I had a massive fail on the first episode when I used goat's cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, so I like goat's cheese, but because it failed me, I'm going to say goat's cheese is the worst. Best cheese.
Best cheese.
I love blue cheese.
Gorgonzola.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't
Oh, yeah.
know what my best is.
No.
Because I feel like I'm constantly just trying to find different weird and wonderful cheeses. And yeah, I don't know a worse one. One of our friends bought back some like really stinky cheese from France. He bought it in a Tupperware when we were all drinking, and he was just like, if you want that, it's yours. If you don't want it, just put it straight in the bin. Don't even open it. And obviously I was like, oh, I'm gonna open it. No one in the flat would eat it, but I was just like, don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. But yeah, very, very strong French cheese.
Yeah. I mean, the best cheese has got to be mozzarella. Come on. Like
burrata, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's anything you can put on a pizza. Let's just say that. Any cheese you put on a pizza.
Well, yeah, we'll compromise on that.
Yeah.
We've only got 3 minutes left, unfortunately, before it kicks us out. So the last question I have for you before we sign off is, what is your biggest food ick?
Mine used to be mushrooms, but now I like them. So
okay.
What do you like?
I've still not found it.
We're very not fussy.
Literally anything.
Oh wait, no, we did. We had some. We went to Malta earlier in the year, and we went to a Lebanese restaurant, which was beautiful. But we tried to get chicken livers.
Right.
Because we thought, I don't even know what I was thinking. I forgot that I don't like chicken livers, and they came and they were really nicely presented, and the sauce they were in was beautiful. But yeah,
they're just so earthy, and
that taste like stays
lingering.
Yeah,
strength.
I think anything that's not like, I don't know, any kind of offal, apart from black pudding and haggis.
Oh, black pudding. Love black pudding.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, liver, kidneys, no.
Okay, so steak and kidney pie is out.
I like steak and kidney pie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just liver then. Yeah. But yeah, we are definitely not fussy.
No.
Nice. We went to.
Is there anything? Sorry.
Yeah. But I get called out for this. Brownies.
Oh.
What is it about brownies?
It's the stodginess. I can't. It just makes me gag. Potatoes does the same thing for me as well.
You don't like potatoes?
Yeah. I like some potatoes. So if you had like mashed potato and it wasn't like, there wasn't much moisture in it, like the milk and the butter, then yeah, it would make me gag. It's
I know, yeah, the kind of like the density of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to describe. Like, you know, when you're eating something and then it's just like really gammy in your mouth and it feels like it's sticking your jaw together. That kind of consistency just makes me gag every time.
Do you like sticky toffee pudding when it's like?
Yes,
because that's quite
different.
It's the sauce, I think, that
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just dense things without sauce. No good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just notified me we have less than 1 minute. So I do want to say a massive thank you for joining me. I wish we had more time to talk, but I'm too stingy to pay for the premium version of this. So thank you very much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure. And again, congratulations on the show and on winning the Nando's prize, and also for such an amazing account that you've got. So keep doing what you're doing. And if you want any advice on photography, let me know as well. I'm more than happy to help.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us on. Cheers.
Thank you.
No, it's been good. Right. See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.